Question: do you live in either a household of one person or of two people at this time? Let's talk about it when it comes to grocery shopping myths that I wish would go away. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Jan. Welcome to another episode on this channel, the Save Money and More with Jan channel. How is everybody doing today? Thank you so much for coming back for these bonus uploads. I can't believe now we've been in this double header month for quite some time now, past midway. And then at the end of this month, the double header bonus uploads go away for a while. And who knows, maybe they'll make a resurgence a little while down the pike, but it will be completed at the end of this month of June 30th. I want to thank you so very, very much for your avid participation and even for commenting twice in one day, some of you. And it just makes me get closer and closer to know you better. And I really, really do appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for your channel support by viewing, by clicking like, especially clicking like. That's really, really important for any channel, for any content creator that you may enjoy listening to or viewing. Don't forget to click like on their channel and to this channel as well. So what am I talking about? Two grocery shopping myths that I wish would go away. You know, a lot of times people that live in a household of one. Now, obviously, their spending habits are going to be different in terms of the ratio or the amount of money on scaling the amount of monies that are spent on certain things as opposed to, let's say, a person living in a four-person household, for example. It's going to be, a lot different. It's like a numbers game, numbers comparison. But when it comes to grocery shopping for either a person who lives by themselves or has just, let's say their partner or their roommate or whatever, it's just two people in that specific household, okay? I don't know why, and this myth should really end as soon as you hear it on the broadcast. You are entitled to buy a family pack of meat or family pack of other thing that seems appealing and that seems at the right price, okay? Lots of times people live alone or perhaps just live with someone else. They see a manager special, for example, of a family pack of meat. They don't realize something. They hit the jackpot if they buy it, if it's something they use and if it's something they like. Obviously, the person has to like it. The person has to use it. I mean, you're not just going to buy it because it's on sale. That's always a big no-no. That's a big no-no, and I emphasize that all the time. But just because you're in especially to the folks that are in a household of one, let's say that you enjoy chicken thighs, okay? And you just happen to be skimming by, you're rolling along casually in the poultry section, and you see that beautiful orange sticker that we all seem to like to see, right? That means you're going to save some money there, right? Now, but then you walk away from it thinking, well, I'm just by myself. What the heck? I don't need a family pack. I didn't say you need it, but I would imagine that you may be really saving a ton of money on those things. But Jan, it's just me. I get that. I totally get that. But what's wrong with dividing up those pieces of poultry, ah, wrapping them up individual packages and freezing them? Make that freezer work for you. I truly believe that food in the freezer is absolutely money in the bank. But because you live by yourself or with someone else does not mean that, well, it's just us. And what am I going to do with 16 pieces of chicken that is drastically reduced in price and is totally fine? Oh, another myth: bypassing those meats and stuff that on a manager special that you may think is like, well, it's going to expire in 2 minutes. No, here's the mistake that people make. Okay, big mistake. They bypass it because of fear that it's going to expire soon or has expired. No. Don't be fearful. Read the label. That's number one. Look at the packaging. Make sure it's intact. There's nothing, leaking or anything like that. Take a careful look. And if everything seems good to go, the minute you get home, again, either cook it immediately and wrap it up and freeze, or not cook it immediately and wrap it up and freeze. but wrap it up and freeze. Don't just let it sit. Don't just let that bargain manager special just sit and sour an extra few days in the fridge because you may be throwing money out. We do not like money waste, right? We do not like food waste. So that's a couple of things right there. The next thing, let's talk about. I'm going to throw in an additional myth that because the prices of beef are very high, that means you should never ever get to have beef forever and ever. No, 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 no. Just dispel that myth. Of course, you can have beef. Read your sales, stay on top of it, and of course, the bird clock. Let it go. There it goes. It is 7 o'clock in the morning when I'm recording this, the day before you're listening to this. I'm just saying. All right. So here's the thing. Don't bypass it. I mean, if you see a deal on beef and you enjoy beef, go grab that. But what about that cheap stew beef? Cheap. That could be the most delicious beef you ever get, that chuck beef. Let it go in a slow cooker. Throw it in a slow cooker. It does not throw off heat, in my opinion, even on the hot days. Just put it in there, let it soften up. Yum, yum. I have made many a delicious meal using stew beef, especially the one that's cut up. But what I like to do, here's a trick that I like to do. It makes my life easier whenever I have that kind of recipe. I freeze it partially. I don't freeze it fully if I plan to use it like that day. So let it get semi-frozen, and then I cut up those pieces into thinner slivers, stretching it even further. It makes it easier for me to cut it out. I am not great with a knife. I am left-handed. That's not to say left-handed people aren't good with chopping. I am talking about me. And I know my slicing and dicing skills are quite limited. I know that. So for me, and by the way, this trick works for anything you have, like a certain meat. Just if you have it in the freezer, let it thaw out partially. It is so much easier to make slices are thin slices, and you could spread it out better and stretch it over into a completely different recipe, thus saving more money. Is anybody going to complain about that? No. So let's get it out of our heads that because of, some of the beef prices are ridiculous, but take advantage of the cheaper cuts, okay? Take advantage, read the labels. Don't just walk away from manager specials. Utilize the manager special. Don't be afraid. That's another thing. Like, now that's not a myth, that's a fear. Some people are afraid of buying manager special products in the meat section. Don't do that. Look at the date. Be careful about that. What people should be more careful about and due diligent about, in my honest opinion, is the package intact. Make sure there's no pinholes in it. Some people are very aggressive when they pick up a package of meat, and they like to smash it up and maybe inadvertently poke a fingernail in there. A little bit of air getting in there, growing bacteria no, please be very careful whenever you purchase fresh meats like that in general in life. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I truly do appreciate every single one of you. Don't forget to come back every single morning. Not just on this morning, but Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's like a circle. It's like a carousel. Well, in case you don't know, I love carousels. But this show is like a carousel. Why? Because every 24 hours at 5 a.m. Eastern, I upload. Now, you've been getting extra bonus videos, so it might seem like I'm too much there. But it's there for the options, there for the taking. And I thank you so much for your channel support in any way, for your sharing, for your clicking like, for your views, for your subscribing. I really do appreciate it. And of course, as always and forever, super thanks are always welcome. Thank you so much.